This is a video explainer of how to remix a textbook if you've applied in Category 3. In Category 3, you are taking existing resources and creating a new textbook. In this example, I'm going to pretend that I'm building a textbook for Business 300. When you're looking for sources to build that textbook, I recommend looking in the LibreTexts library in both the campus bookshelves, which will be remixes that other colleges have done, and in the main bookshelf, which are some foundational works. Often OpenStax books are listed on the main bookshelf. I also recommend looking for your discipline on the ZTC website to see resources that you might pull from. There is information within the spreadsheet. Oftentimes there's information for specific classes down below. There's also information from the State Academic Senate, OERI, where you can look at resources they recommend as well. The idea behind a remix is that you haven't found one textbook that's really working for you, so you are pulling pieces from lots of other sources to create something new. This outline is where you're going to tell us how to build the actual new resource. I ask that you do the outline, and then OER specialists will actually be building the textbook for you. Your first step is that you're going to open up the template and make your own copy. So File, Make a Copy, then name that copy your name and the class for which you're building the remix. At the top of the template, there is an example of a completed outline and the textbook that we built from this outline. The first column is your desired name for each individual chapter, and you can call them chapters like a traditional textbook, or some faculty like to call them modules because they know that they're going to embed the book into Canvas. This is a personal preference. In this example, the instructor has named Chapter 1 Introduction to Business. Within that chapter, there will likely be multiple sections. So this instructor has identified 5 separate sections, and these are the names of each individual section. The next column is where we will find information to build these individual sections. And this library path are basically the breadcrumbs inside LibreTexts. So this says Business, Campus Bookshelves, Prince George's Community College. That tells me that the instructor went to the business library, went to the campus bookshelf, found Prince George's Community College, and found a resource that they want to use. The next column is the original title of the source, BMT 1010 Introduction to Business. This instructor found this resource and decided, wow, this is great, I'm going to use this to build my textbook. For this section 1.1, they want to build that section 1.1 by using section 1.1 in the original text and 1.3. So they've told me I want section 1.1, why it matters, section 1.3, getting down to business, and they've provided a link. That's what I'm asking for in this column, the original source section number, the title, and the link. So the specialist knows they're going to go into Module 1, they're going to pull in section 1.1 and section 1.3, and that's going to be this faculty member's section 1.1. If there are any additional notes, you can put them here in this column. This next section, 1.2, this is an example if you want to write some original content for the textbook. In this example, the instructor wants to have a section on my teaching philosophy. They've named the section. It's not coming from any other source. They asked me to create a placeholder because they want to write something that we will fill in later. This next example, section 1.3, is coming from a different library. So their title is Understanding the Business Environment. My specialist knows that they're going to go to the business library, the main bookshelf, business, and introductory business. Business library, main bookshelf, business, and then introductory business. Then the next column tells me the original title source, the title of the entire book, Introduction to Business OpenStax. So my specialist knows that it's this textbook that we're going to be pulling for this section. A quick way to understand your path is to look at the breadcrumbs up here at the top. So I know this came from the business library, the main bookshelf, the business bookshelf, introductory business, and the book is called Introduction to Business. And that's what's reflected along these two columns. In this case, they want to pull in section 1.3, Understanding Business Environment, but they've left me a note. After the social factors section and before managing change, add this video. And they've given me a link to the YouTube video. That tells the specialist that they're going to come in, grab this section 1.3, they will pull it into the new textbook. After this section, social factors, but before managing change, they're going to add a YouTube video. If there are videos that are on YouTube that you want to add to your text, it's fine. It's basically taking the information from the original source. Even if the video does not have a Creative Commons license, this example, there is no Creative Commons license on this video, but we're taking it from YouTube and we will cite it properly. So it's fine to add videos that you find on YouTube. You can also add videos that you have created. If you've created in Studio, you just need to give us the original open link so that we can get back to it. The only stipulation on adding videos is that they need to have closed captioning and proper closed captioning, not just auto-generated captions. If you have questions about that, reach out to me. Then section 1.4, they're taking it from that same OpenStax book from this section. This next section is an example of a textbook that the instructor could not find on LibreTexts, but they still want to add something from this book. They've told me their section is called 1.5, Final Thoughts and Fundamentals. They put a note in here. I couldn't find it on LibreTexts. It's in a book called Fundamentals of Business in Chapter 2, and they want the Getting Down to Business section, and they've provided a link. What that means is the faculty member has found this textbook. They didn't find it on LibreTexts, but they really want to use something from Chapter 2, Foundations of Business. This section, this Getting Down to Business. If you found an OER that is not on LibreTexts, we can still add it into your textbook. If it's just a small section, like this example, we might just copy and paste it and put the proper citation in there. If there are several sections of a book that you want to add to your remix, we'll actually do a harvesting request in LibreTexts so that we can pull the resource in and help build your outline. The one caveat of adding things that are not on LibreTexts is you just need to make sure that they have a Creative Commons license. In this example, it's CC by NC share alike. So we have to give attribution, it's non-commercial, and we have to share under the same license. So this particular section of the chapter, we would put this license on it to conform with the Creative Commons rules. If you do not see a Creative Commons license or an open license mentioned anywhere in the source that you've found, very likely it is not an OER, which means we cannot use it to build your textbook. You'll continue that process down for each individual chapter. You don't have to pull the name of the chapter all the way down. I will just know that when I see chapter 2 that we're starting a new chapter, and you'll populate your sections here. After you've finished the outline for the entire textbook, then you're going to share it with Andi. You'll click share in the upper right hand corner and you can start typing my name, it should come up, or you can get my WID from section 6.6, the detailed instructions inside the Canvas course. Once I get the outline, I very well likely will have some questions and some clarifications, so we might need to meet before I start building it. But once we get the outline, we will begin the building process within LibreTexts.